Last year, it sort of looked like kind of a breakthrough year for you. I don't know if you felt the same way, but obviously things have been very different this year. How challenging has this year been for you mentally to not be able to follow up on what you did?
Yeah, I mean, I was hoping obviously to go back to Detroit there. I think, you know what, I think towards the end, I just, you know, that I wasn't getting a really opportunity there either. And I think for me, I mean, I know I can play in this league and I know what I'm capable of doing. And I think for me, it's just really focusing on the little areas of working hard and continuing to build my game. I know I'm a well-rounded two-way defenseman who can really help both ends of the ice and first and foremost defensive zone. And it was a little bit of a mental battle for me this year, but I think that's just only strengthened my game and really just created a better character of me. I think you know, the Blackhawks had nothing but good things to say about how I carried myself on and off the ice during these tough times. And I'm just ready to come in there and really battle for a spot and compete and just do the thing I love, and that's playing hockey and getting in games. And I'm really fortunate enough that Vancouver is a great spot for me and a great fit. Obviously, playing in Kelowna, right down the road in junior, I'm familiar with the BC area and I've had success there in the past. So I'm just really excited to come back to BC and get things going.
Thank you.
Okay, next up, we'll go to Ben Kuzma.
Hey, Madison, welcome to Vancouver. As you referenced, you had that monster year in Kelowna with the Rockets when you guys won the WHA title in 2015 and came within a victory of winning the Memorial Cup. You played with guys like Morrissey and Johansson. I know you're coming here and you have to concentrate on defense first, Madison, but is there more offense in your game?
I think the offense is never going to leave my game. You know, I've obviously worked on that for many years now, and obviously had success in junior and a little bit in the AHL there. And but I think, yeah, the main goal for me is just to be a solid defenseman. I know in this league right now, you see a lot of those offensive dynamic defensemen, and you know, I want to be one of those guys who can maybe play with one of those kind of offensive dynamic defensemen and just be very solid in the defensive zone. That's my main goal, is to, you know, be hard in front of the net, win my battles in the corners, and be a great puck moving defense. And I think that's something that I've always prided myself in, is being able to move the puck up to the forwards and just advance the puck in the next zone. So I think I'm just going to come in here and play my game and really just show that, you know, my game is very developed and has gotten to where it needed to be over the last few years. And I'm ready to just go in there and do the best I can and really just earn a spot.
A quick follow-up, if I may, Madison. You're not old by any standards, but do you think this is an imperative to make the most of this opportunity and at where you are in your career?
Yeah, my goal here is to make Vancouver my home for a long time. I know, you know, in Washington I had some good success there, and it was a tough older team to crack, and I played some very good games and play with some really great true pros. I was fortunate enough to play with Nick Cronwall and Trevor Daley and Mike Green in Detroit. And you know what, I've just kind of really learned from them and taken the most of those opportunities. And I'm ready to really kind of relish in a role here and come in here and do my best and really, you know, you can't say it's my last shot, but I think I'm treating it like that. And this is my goal, is to really stick here and develop here and you know, be a big piece of the puzzle here in Vancouver for years to come.
Great. We'll take a couple more here. We'll go to Jeff Patterson.
Hey, Madison, you are a hockey player. I know you love to play games, and you talked about the fact that you just want some game action. How difficult has this past 12-month stretch been for you? I think it's 2 in the NHL and 2 in the American Hockey League. What are the challenges mentally and physically to trying to stay game ready when you haven't had much action?
Yeah, I mean, you know, I took up golf actually during the COVID pandemic, and you know, I spent a lot of time on the range, and you know, you can practice all you want on the range, but I think you don't really get to learn how to play the game of golf until you go out there on the course, and that's just like hockey as well. I mean, it's very comparable, and you know, I've been practicing hard, working out hard I'd say the last probably year. I've been really working on my game and just trying to figure out what I needed to get better at. And that's what I really focused on by going down to Kelowna and skating with guys like Tyler Myers and Brent Seabrook and Shea Weber and guys like that, just learning from them this past off season. And my goal here is just to come in and play games. I mean, like you said, that's what I love to do. That's what I was born to do. And that's really the only way that you can improve and develop and really just feel comfortable on the ice. So I mean, I'm excited to get in here and play some games and really get my role, noticed and really kind of determine what I'm going to be in this organization and for years to come. And like you said, it was challenging mentally, but I think in the end that just builds you stronger. It makes you stronger. It makes you that more prepared and that more excited to get an opportunity. And that's what's happening here. And I'm very, very thrilled and looking forward to it.
I mean, speaking my language, talking about taking your game. I'm the king of the range. Taking it to the golf course is a different thing altogether. But is this going to be like turning back the clock for you a little bit? You mentioned Tyler Myers, but it's kind of a reunion of that 2017-18 Washington Capitals team out here in Vancouver.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's the coolest thing too about coming to Vancouver, I think, is there's a lot of familiar faces that, I played with Jake Virtanen in World Juniors. I've played obviously with Braden Holtby, Jay Beagle, Nate Schmidt. I didn't play much with, but I got to know him, and obviously Travis Boyd's there now, who was a guy that I kind of came up the ranks with in Washington organization. And I'm just looking forward to coming in there, seeing some familiar faces, kind of feeling that more comfortable when I come in, and I think that'll help me really get my game going and really take that next leap and that next stride to where my goal is. And yeah, my goal hasn't changed since I got drafted. It's to be a really good player in this league and to stay in this league for a long time. And that's something that I've always prided myself in and always had a dream of doing. And I think this is a great opportunity for me to fulfill that dream.
Okay, we'll take two more. We'll go to Farhan Lalji.
Madison, just want to ask you about coming into this environment, given what the Canucks have been through the last 2 weeks here with COVID running rampant through the team. I know they're on the other side of it, but any concerns or just how do you approach it?
Yeah, I wouldn't say too much concerns. I mean, obviously, I think it gives me a good opportunity to come in there. I've been healthy. I've fortunate enough to not, come down with the virus since it's kind of came out. And I'm just looking to bring my energy, my fresh, I'm very fresh, obviously only playing 4 games this year. I feel great. My body feels great. And I'm just looking forward to that. And using all that energy and that, that built up emotion that's kind of going on through the whole year. And just really put that all together and focus on one goal, and that's to help this team win. I know it's a tremendous team. Obviously, the year isn't going how they expected, but it is truly a tremendous team. You look at the list of players and the talent that Vancouver has. I know there's a lot of good things to come here, and I'm hoping to be a big part of that.
You mentioned that you're still young and your game's developing, but in terms of age, you're kind of right in that sweet spot right now in your mid-20s. And I know there were a lot of expectations when you came into the NHL and first got drafted. Has it been hard to stay confident knowing it hasn't necessarily gone maybe as smoothly as you might have thought when you first got drafted? Yeah,
I think obviously the ups and downs, that's what the game's all about. I think you learn quick that consistency is the key. And obviously I think confidence, can kind of dwell or kind of drop off a little bit. But for me, I mean, I'm really proud of who I am, and I know what I can do, and I really trust my ability and trust how I play and how I've been coached. And I've been fortunate enough to have some great coaches and Barry Trotz. Todd Reardon was great there too when he was in Washington, and obviously Jeremy Colleton was a guy who I really learned from a lot too. He's a very great hockey mind, and I was lucky enough to be coached by these guys. And I think for me, it's just get in there and playing games. And I think that's how confidence you can build off of playing a few good games and carry it over and just kind of get on a little roll here. And that's what I'm looking to do, is just continue to bring my game and compete to the highest level I possibly can. And I think the confidence will just keep rising, keep building. And then, that's my goal.
Okay, and lastly, we'll take our final question here from Chris Faber.
Madison, welcome to Vancouver. First and foremost, just want to get like maybe an outside perspective from you. I mean, looking at what this Canucks team is with all these great young players, what was it kind of like when you would play against the Vancouver Canucks or just see what they were doing from afar?
I mean, even when we were in Washington, they're a tough team to play against. You know, they not only do they have a lot of skill, a lot of young talent, but they compete hard and they work hard. I think that's something that Travis Green has always, you know, I got to play against him when he coached in Portland, and you know, his teams always had skill, but that wasn't their only thing. You know, they always battled hard, they always competed hard, and I think that's what he expects from his players. And that's something that I've learned over the years, especially playing in Kelowna. We had that same philosophy, and then on to Washington, nothing really changed there. And I think that's something that I've just adapted to and really flourished in my previous teams I've been on. And I'm just looking forward to, like I said, competing hard and then really coming in here and playing my game and giving the team a chance to win and hopefully be a part of this special team for a long time.
Awesome. And we had a lot of fun, I guess, in the off season with Braden Holtby and his Turtles. So I'm curious, do you have any pets that you want to share with us?
I actually got a dog during the pandemic when it first kind of hit in April. It was like right around my birthday, April 22nd. This month, I'd probably say around this week, we got my girlfriend and I got a dog, and I think that's been awesome. Just even me this year not being able to play much and you know, coming home to, you know, a great family and a little puppy always makes things a little more enjoyable, and he's definitely a lot of fun, and he's definitely going to come and hopefully join me here in Vancouver in a few weeks.